Hello everyone, so today's going to be a different kind of video. We're going to be doing a kind of like a commentary review, I guess like the old school videos. But yeah, so by the title you can probably tell that we're going to be talking about Call of Duty World War II. And a lot of you are going to hate this video, and a lot of you guys are going to find my verdict kind of surprising. But yeah, before we get into the review, I'll kind of give my background and kind of why I think the way I do about this game and why I feel the way I do about this game, because it's kind of important. But Call of Duty was definitely a pillar of gaming in my childhood. Like, that was one of the games where after school I would get home, get on the Xbox and just play with my friends. I would, stay home when the new Call of Duty released, and I would play it with friends, and you'd race to Prestige and unlock everything and stuff like that. And so I played Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and a little bit of Modern Warfare 3. But Call of Duty 4 and World at War were my two favorite Call of Duties, because those were literally my childhood. Like, I would play those two for years, until, they eventually, Call of Duty got worse and worse, and Black Ops was also another big one. But Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Call of Duty 4 were my favorite games growing up. And so that's where I'm coming from in this review, is that you got to understand that I had a really big influence, or Call of Duty had a really big influence on my childhood growing up. I didn't really get into the tactical shooter and the milsim side of things until, recently, which is like 2-3 years ago tops, is when I started getting into the milsim, realistic tactical FPS stuff on the PC. So I was a console boy at heart with Call of Duty. So knowing that information, we're going to move on into the review now. So Call of Duty World War II is exactly what you expect it to be. It's Call of Duty. It's nothing new. I don't understand why people think that the new Call of Duties are going to be different. I mean, it's Call of Duty. The whole formula works. It's the reason why that game is so popular is because it's the way it is. And I'm not saying that's good. Now, let's get that clear. I'm not saying that's a good game. I'm not saying it's, the key to success, or that's how all games should be. I'm saying Call of Duty is the way Call of Duty is because it works for it. And that's how it's going to stay. So when you think about Call of Duty World War II, don't think this is going to be a whole new experience, because it's coming from the same brand. So you got to know that. I'm not sure why people think that, oh my god, they're going to do something completely different. It's going to be a whole nother game. No, they'd probably make a whole nother game if they were going to do something completely different. But yeah, it's Call of Duty. And the thing I like about it is that it's a step back, because I played a little bit of Infinite Warfare and the futuristic ones, and those got out of hand. There was like jumping off of walls, jetpacks, sliding, all this weird futuristic stuff I couldn't really get with it, and it didn't really feel like how Call of Duty 4 and World at War was, which was standard infantry gameplay, the quick scoping, the drop shotting, like all of that was my childhood, and that's what I grew up with. So Call of Duty World War II has a lot of those aspects. It's got that fast, quick scoping stuff. It's got the drop shotting. It's really back to not the roots of Call of Duty, like not Call of Duty 2 or like before Call of Duty 4, but it's back to where I consider for myself the golden time of Call of Duty, which is Call of Duty 4 and World at War. That is, for me, what I wanted in a Call of Duty game, and this is right in that era. It doesn't have that crazy mobility of the new ones, and it's not slower paced like the ones before Call of Duty 4, like Call of Duty 2 and so on. So this game is going to appeal to that generation, I think. There are a lot of people who sort of were hoping that it's going to be like before, like Call of Duty 2, and that kind of pacing and map size and stuff, but this game plays a lot like Modern Warfare 4, or not Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty 4 and World at War. Those are the two games that I would compare this to if I had to compare it to another game in the COD series. And it's great. Like, honestly, my experience, when the beta came out, I played all day. I hit level 30 in the first, 8 hours, and then I played more, and I just leveled everything up. And I put in, 20 hours in the first 2 days of the beta. I played Call of Duty World at War 2 at E3, and even then I could tell, this was going to be a game I could vibe with. This was going to be something I could get with. But yeah, just playing it this much now, it really does have that childhood feel to me. I'm not saying it's a good game, or it's innovative, or it's, 10 out of 10, it's the new best thing. I'm just saying it appeals to my childhood. That's where this game's appeal is for me, is not that it's anything new, but that it reminds me so much of my childhood. Like, when I was playing that day, I felt like a kid again. I felt like I was back at home, skipping school, cranking out the levels and just playing with my friends, and it felt like I was back in middle school. Like it really gave me a really nostalgic feel, and I fell in love with that feel. And so they really hit the nail on the head. So I think what they were aiming for this game to do was not bring anything new to the table, but to appeal to that sense in the previous generation, and to get players hooked on that memory. Because to me, that was the selling point. I don't care that it's World War II. I don't care that it's the new Call of Duty or the graphics. But the gameplay felt so much like my childhood, and I could not stop thinking about it, and that was just, I got addicted to it. I don't know how, but you know, it's a nice change of pace. Like everyone always says, oh, Call of Duty's trash and everything like that. That's fine. I agree. Call of Duty is trash, but goddamn, is it good trash? It's so much fun, at least for me. It's just, people like to say it's bad, and my comparison is kind of like this. Squad is like the local restaurant in a country that you're visiting that only the locals go to, and it's great and it's authentic, and it's, you know, it's the good food that the locals eat. And Call of Duty is like the McDonald's, right? Like McDonald's is, you know, trash food, but it's good trash food. Like I love McDonald's. Maybe you don't. I could eat McDonald's like every day of the week. Like I wouldn't mind it all. But that's how I would compare the two. Like, to help give you kind of an analogy, COD is like the McDonald's of the FPS genre, and Squad is like the niche kind of authentic, hole in the wall, you know, good quality food. And it's fine to eat both. Like, people can eat whatever they want to eat, right? You can play whatever you want to play. Everyone has their own opinions. But yeah, Call of Duty World War II doesn't add anything new to the table. It's nothing crazy or innovative. It's the same Call of Duty franchise that you know. And they did a really good job on pulling that nostalgic feel out of me. And I think that's what really sold the game for me. Not necessarily the new stuff, the quote-unquote new stuff, but the old feel that it gave. And that's, I guess, my opinion on Call of Duty. So if you want to buy this game, I would say go into it knowing that, number one, it's nothing new. Number two, if you like Call of Duty 4 and World at War, you will like this game. Number three, don't expect it to be like Call of Duty 2, okay? And just accept that it's Call of Duty, accept that, you know, it's trash, because it's Call of Duty. It's just standard arcade shoot and scoot stuff. It is garbage, but it's good. It's good garbage. I don't know how to, that's the only way I can really describe how I feel about this game. Like, it's so stupid, but it's so fun to play something where I can just turn my brain off. Because in Squad and other tactical FPSs, you know, your mind is always cranking out, like, what am I going to do next? Where am I going to move my guys? How am I going to handle this problem? But Call of Duty, like, you can literally turn your brain off and just shoot and scoot and just run and gun. And it's fun. It's relaxing to have a nice little mix into the madness. Because if I was just playing Squad, I could get burnt out of that real fast. And I felt a lot of life get revived in me by playing Call of Duty and adding that new kind of splash into the mix and just having that fun. And I'd say the last thing, for sure, do not get this game if you are expecting it to be anything remotely historically accurate, because it is not. If you are a huge gun nut or history nut and you want everything to, you know, have the correct historical values and the correct equipment and the correct units and blah, 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 this game will trigger you like no other. I have a whole bunch of friends that I play this game with that play like Steel Division and, you know, all those historically accurate games, and this game just triggers them and they get upset. Just don't. It's Call of Duty. Just consider it sci-fi at this point, alternate reality or something, because you're gonna get angry if you think this game is anything remotely historically accurate. So that's my review of World War II. Have fun with it. I mean, it's good. It's good, at least to me, because it appeals to that sense. It's nothing new. It's Call of Duty. But that's my opinion on it. Like, I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm gonna play it a little more. I might even buy it. I wasn't thinking, this game wasn't even on my radar until the beta came up, and the beta wasn't even on my radar either. A friend just said, hey, you know, COD beta is free right now until October 2nd. Why don't you come check it out? And I played it and I fell in love with the feel. I felt like a kid again. So that was a sell for me is just reminding me of my childhood, and I had not had that much fun in a long time. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to check out Humble Monthly for over $100 worth of games every month for just $12. You'll also get 10% off their entire store, fund a charity, and support this channel all at the same time. Check it out in the description below.